I think the gym as a whole was just really talented today. From Harry, who rookie of the year in Australia last year, to obviously Dylan and Jalen as kind of high profile prospects, and then Shiz we all know is a local kid who really impressive career at Temple, and then Josh is the guy that kind of led the ship for Gonzaga for the last 4 years. It was an impressive group all around.
What would Shiz have to do to get to this level?
I mean, I think he's made those steps throughout his career. This year, he expanded his playmaking role, so we showed he could command a team a little bit more. He could make shots. He could do it off the dribble. He has good size at the combo position. I think once he proves that he can defend his counterpart, he definitely has a chance.
On Monday, you said you were looking for floor stretchers and guys with a defensive mindset. Did Dylan show you anything as far as six shooting is concerned?
Yeah, I mean, nothing we didn't already know.
Right.
But yeah, he clearly is a high level shooter and can do it well beyond the NBA 3-point line. His defensive profile and he's improved his body throughout his career, so I think he fits that mold for sure.
How helpful is it to have already that Australian pipeline and familiarity, especially when you have a guy like Carlin coming in?
It's a good developing basketball market. There's no question. There's going to be a lot of kids that are in the NBA Academy and all of those events now. There'll be a lot coming, so having familiarity down there is definitely going to be key.
And with Harry specifically, what entices you with him as a prospect?
He's a very smart player for his position. He's also just kind of a load to deal with as a rebounder, as a guy that can score down low and finish. He's kind of starting to stretch the floor a little bit and show that he has some touch from the outside. So there's a lot of foundational skills that he could develop and potentially make it.
You guys run the 3-on-3 sort of drills. How do you evaluate decision making on the defensive end in these kind of 3-on-3 situations?
I mean, it's really hard. You have a foundation of what all these guys can do prior to these workouts. A lot of it is you see their competitive nature and who gets really mad when his team's down, who's going to take charge and kind of will a team to win. Everything else you kind of want to hedge and not try to learn too much out of the 3-on-3 setting.
It's where you guys are when you finish the season. You're one game away from the conference finals against the team that is the favorite now to win the title. How much of an effect or impact does that have on the decisions you make on your draft? Do you need to, can you afford, I guess, to take a really talented player who might take a little while more time to grow, or are you looking more in someone who can step in right away?
That's a good question. I think we have kind of discussed wanting a more mature profile, a guy that we might need to lean on in that 7th, 8th, or 9th spot on the roster. Especially, if we get everybody with this kind of roster construction back, we're going to need kind of low money guys that can step in and help. So that's definitely a factor. I don't want to say we're going to discount the other profiles too much, but it's definitely a piece of the puzzle.
Have you seen any players at this point that are, if not at that, close to that profile?
Yeah, I think so. The other thing is, picking at 24 and picking at the 30s. If you get a guy that could come in as a rookie and play like Landry did, it's kind of a win. You can't necessarily expect to find that every year. We're going to try. We hope so. But I think there's people that can hopefully fit that mold.
So what are some of the intangibles? Because last year, Landry Shannon, he was a guy that you guys fluffed, and some people were saying, wow, he was a second-round pick, and he turned out to be, a great draft pick for you guys.
Yeah, he's always been an overcomer and mature and very self-aware, and he knows who he is, both on the court and off the court. I think those are the guys that tend to make it in that range because they know their role and they know what's going to be asked of them, and they'll fit in alongside veterans or alongside guys like Ben and Joel who are going to dominate the ball. So you got to come in and fit where you fit.
But a lot of that, is that based off of, I mean, you don't get that here. You get that off like going to dinner with them.
No question,
like
yeah. That, and then, the 50 or so conversations with coaches you have before you get to this point. So this is just kind of, you confirm what you think you already know through those conversations, through the dinners, and through meetings with Elton. But yeah, we have a good sense of all of these guys before we get to Philly.
And how much of your thought process factors in what you saw in Delaware last year around like the players that came through that program and may have a role up here this year?
So I think as we've kind of grown up as a team, using Delaware and developing our younger guys down there is just going to be a necessity. There's not going to be enough minutes or playing time to